I'm truly sorry for what I did. SBF's girlfriend confirms they conspired to steal from FTX customers. We knew this from the beginning that he's going around. SBF was going around doing this his tour, trying to say how he never intended for any of this to happen. He didn't mean to take people money, and he tried to play like he didn't know what he was doing, like play the fool. But we all knew he knew what he was doing was illegal. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store where I have I Will Not Comply t-shirts. So check that out as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Caroline Ellison, erstwhile girlfriend of FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried or Freed, and former CEO of Alameda Research, has spilled her guts in order to avoid a 110-year prison sentence. Of course she did. Who wants to take the rap for something like that? 110 years, my goodness. And me being a prison therapist, I've seen people and talked to people that had those sentences of hundreds of years. Excuse me. And believe me, if they could do anything to get out, they would. So they would tell it. They would tell everything. Um, According to court documents released Friday, Ellison admits she and SBF signed off on quote materially misleading financial statements for Alameda lenders, knowing it was illegal. Quote, I am truly sorry for what I did, she said, according to transcript of the hearing, adding, quote, I knew that it was wrong. So remember, SBF was stating that he didn't know it was illegal. He didn't know what he was doing was wrong, blah, blah, blah. He didn't mean to hurt people. It was a mistake. Well, she says the opposite of that. They knew exactly what they were doing. Specifically, she told a judge earlier this week she and Bankman-Fried conspired to steal billions of dollars from FTX customers as she appeared in federal court to plead guilty to 7 criminal counts, according to a court transcript reported by Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg. Quote, I understand the FTX executives have implemented special settings on Alameda, FTX.com account that permitted Alameda to maintain negative balances in various fiat currencies and cryptocurrencies, said Ellison. So they were using fiat currencies and they knew it. They knew what they were doing. Quote, in practical terms, this arrangement permitted Alameda access to an unlimited line of credit without being required to post collateral, without having to pay interest on negative balances, and without being subject to margin calls or FTX.com liquidation protocols. She added, quote, if Alameda's FTX accounts had significant negative balances in a particular currency, it meant that Alameda was borrowing funds that FTX customers had deposited onto the exchange. So, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Allison's statement included allegations that Bankman-Fried and other FTX executives had borrowed funds from Alameda and used FTX funds to repay loans worth several $billion. But my thing is, SBF posted bail. I mean, he got out of jail a $250 bond. Now remember, he said he only had $100,000. His parents don't have $250 million. I said billion. I meant million. His parents don't have $250 million. So where is this money coming from to help him get out of jail? Even if they use their house for collateral, which is what they said they use, their house is not worth that much. So where is the money coming from? Ellison plea deal released on December 21st largely spared the former Alameda CEO of many of the charges Bankman-Fried currently faces, including wire fraud and securities fraud. She may still be prosecuted for criminal tax violations, but the agreement set bail at $250,000 on the condition she surrender all travel documents. FTX's co-founder and former CTO Gary Wang confirmed the existence of these privileges and that Alameda was an exclusive beneficiary of them. Of course, this this crushes Bankman-Fried's simple Jack defense. You know, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. As Decrypt reports, the code's existence, previously called a sort of bookkeeping backdoor, was first reported by Reuters, citing anonymous sources. Bankman-Fried said later that, quote, that is definitely not true, adding that he didn't know exactly what they're talking about Reuters were referring to. Lies. It now appears that this code indeed existed and offered Alameda some serious benefits by backdoor. They would just take the money through the back door. But even more notably, a judge agreed to requests by prosecutors to keep it secret that two of Bankman-Fried's executive associates had turned against him, so that the cryptocurrency entrepreneur would agree not to fight extradition from the Bahamas to the U.S., according to the transcripts. So the prosecutors played it to the chest. That's awesome that they did that, because if he knew they were snitching on him, you can best believe he would have never got extradited to the U.S. And now he's on his way via business class to his mom and dad's fancy Palo Alto pad. I think it was what I read. It was a $4 million home he's gonna be staying in instead of jail. They should have just kept him in jail. I guarantee if this was a brother, you know, I normally don't play that race game, but I'm just gonna be honest. If this was a brother who didn't have the connections that this guy has, that took people's money like that, they would have never let this guy out of jail. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out democrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.